Instagram. Oh, it's so good to see everybody tonight. It's a cold, cozy evening here in much of the country. And I just wanted to say, hey, what's up? How you doing? It's so good to see all of you tonight. My name's Adam Rucker. We're here, live, hanging out, chilling. That's me. It's cold out here. It's 23 degrees in Dallas, Texas. I don't know wherever you are, what the temp is like, but it's giving dead of winter. We had some sleet, some rain, some snow. Everything's frozen outside. That's okay with me. I like the cold. I need it. I need it freezing. I know, everybody. It's been one of those days. So, in the meantime, want to say hi, chat, hang. Yes, absolutely. Call your representatives. Information is easy to find. If you download 5 Calls, the app, you can put your information in there. It will give you your reps' phone numbers and even some suggested verbiage to share with them. So, I just had dinner. I made Frito pie tonight. Now, my partner let me know he'd never heard of Frito pie until me. So, I thought that was interesting. Frito pie is something I grew up eating often. And it was also available at Sonic. I don't know if y'all have Sonic where you're from, where you live, but Frito pie is a layer of Fritos, then hot chili on top, and then cheese, shredded cheese, and then some fresh chopped onions, and then whatever else you want. Jalapenos, sour cream, hot sauce. Now, some people bake it in their oven and actually cut it into like pieces like a Frito, like a pie. I don't bake it. I just put it in the bowl with a hot chili. Makes it a little soggy and also gives you a nice just warm for a cold evening meal. Now over on Twitch, I see Frankenlit. That's your name, Frankenlit. Good to see you again tonight. I want to shout out to my first, I think I'm up to 8 subscribers now. I got, I think, 5 or 6 today alone via Prime. So if you have Amazon Prime, you can go to twitch.tv/ajruck, create an account. I think you could just log in with Amazon, and then you can subscribe to me through Amazon. So it's free, and I get a subscription, which I have to tell you is so nice. I don't have a Patreon. I don't have a membership, anything like that. But if you go to twitch.tv and sign in with Amazon and Prime subscribe me, I will get like $5. So that's great. And it costs you nothing. It comes with your Prime. Just a little idea, just a thought, just something for you to do. Okay. So someone asked me what someone asked me what Sonic is. And Sonic is a local American drive-in where you drive up and order your food. There's a big menu, you park, and you press a little button when you're ready to order, and then it will take your order. You have a lot of like chili cheese, hot dog, conies, corn dogs, burgers, of course, shakes, any kind of shake, any kind of slush. That's going to be what you get at Sonic. They're really known for their soft drinks that are about this big. A Route 44 cherry limeade. That's 44 ounces of cherry limeade. And if you go, I think between the hours of like 2 and 4, Sonic Happy Hour, the drinks are half off. Now, a lot's changed in the last few years, and most of the time when I go to Sonic now, I order with the app, and then I just check in, and they bring me my food when I get there. So that's Sonic. That's the story of Frito Pie, and that's, Oh, Frank and Lit, you are in Edmonton? Yeah, y'all don't have that up there. Y'all don't have Sonic in Edmonton. Sonic, I think, started in Oklahoma City, so that's one good thing Oklahoma gave us. Hey, everybody. Richard, Joss, Chris, Britt, Carrie Ann, Jez Bomb, Meat Sweats. It's good to see y'all tonight. We're just hanging out. It's a low-key night here. We're not doing anything crazy. I think everyone needs a break. Everyone needs to unwind, to chill, to breathe. And so, just wanted to hang, say hi. I know everyone is experiencing a lot today. So what I think I'm not going to do is react more to Natalie Dawson tonight. I don't think I can do it tonight because it was so much the other day. If y'all don't,
in order to be successful,
know
you
what
have
I'm
to be
talking
able
about,
to communicate your
hey,
ideas.
Toxic Viper, thank you for following over on Twitch. Toxic Viper 43, appreciate that. Yeah, let me show you.
In order to be successful, you have to be able to communicate.
I watched 45 minutes. Oh, y'all can't see her over on the vertical. Hold on. Let me show you. She's a piece of work. Be a source. Yeah, her. The other night, I watched 30 minutes of her on Diary of a CEO, and it was tough. That was tough to get through. She is something else. So I've got another hour to watch of that. I don't feel like doing that tonight, so I'm not going to, just so you know. But I will return to her probably Monday or Tuesday this week. We'll see. Maybe tomorrow. Who knows? It's just not that kind of day. I can't deal with that. I cannot deal with that right now. It's too much. It's too much. Toxic Viper, you've been watching since the Disneyland video days. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, I miss those days. And it's crazy to talk about the Disney video days as in the past because they still feel like they were yesterday to me. It does not feel like that was 10 years ago, but it was. The last time I was at Disneyland was 2019, I think. Yeah, I went in 2019 to the grand opening of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. I think that's the last time I was at a Disney park in California. And I was at the opening night, and I made besties with Robin Sparkles from How I Met Your Mother, because she was there with her boyfriend, and she had just been in the Avengers Endgame, and Kobe Smulders is her name. She was just in Avengers Endgame, and so she was invited to the grand opening of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and she was there, and I like pretended to not know her. I like pretended to be like, oh, because they were giving out these trading cards, and Star Wars. Hold on, I'm gonna find the photo with her. They were handing out these trading cards, and her boyfriend, who is somebody who, what's her boyfriend's name? Jason? Is it Is she dating? No. Is she dating Jason Sudeikis? No. Hold on. Let me find this out. Kobe Smulders. Kobe Smulders' boyfriend. Taran Killam. Okay, she's dating Taran Killam from SNL. Is that right? I guess so. Anyway, they were there at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And May 29th, 2019. Okay. May 29, 2019. Oh, here it is. Okay. And so I like pretended like I did not. I was just like, I just thought she was just someone there. And anyway, we hung out for a while, and then finally she like clearly was ready to go, and got to bounce. Bye, Zoe. She was like leaving, and I was like, hey, could we get a photo? I'm actually a huge fan. And she was like, oh, sure. So this is me and Kobe Smulders at the opening of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. She was super nice, even after I revealed myself as a stalker. So, it was a lot of fun. Frankenlit. I started watching your channel, and if y'all don't know what I'm looking at comments on Twitch, if you're over on Instagram or YouTube, just so you know. I started watching your channel end of 2010, preparing for our trip to Disney and the Harry Potter world that had just opened. Oh my gosh, 2010. Yeah, that was like prime time for my YouTube channel at Disney. We went, it was either 2010 or 2011. My friends that I worked with at Southwest Airlines, we got a annual pass at Disneyland, and at the time, an unlimited annual pass at Disneyland was like $500, I think. And so if you went more than 5 days, it paid for itself easily. And we worked at an airline. We didn't have anything to do, so we were going to Disney all the time. And that year that we had the annual pass, we went 9 different trips to Disneyland, which was crazy. That was the most I ever went to Disneyland in 1 year. But then the 3 of us also went, one of those trips we went to Cars Land, because at the time Cars Land was opening, and they offered, this would be unheard of today, but they offered people early admission to buy it for like $75, early admission to Cars Land, like a week or 2 in advance. And so we got tickets to one of the early opening of Cars Land, and that's when I shot that video. And it was so great. It was so iconic. I love that. That's one of my biggest YouTube videos of all time. I think it was like something like 4 or 5 million views, which for YouTube is crazy, especially for a video back then. And People still watch it. I love that video. It's so fun. We had so much fun going to the opening of Cars Land. Like, there's nothing like it. And then I also have several videos from Harry Potter, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. That was a fun thing to experience for the first time. So thank y'all for reminding me of those great memories. That was a lot of fun. I flew to LA in 1997 to meet my teenage crush and had breakfast with him. Wow. Hardcore stalker. Was he someone famous? Or were you like a... I need more info on this. 97, that was like even like big internet days. I mean, we had the internet, but I need to know more about that. Fur kid. An actor. Whoa. Whoa. That's big. That's crazy. Okay, back on Twitch, one of the comments. There's so many parks in Orlando now, a 10-day trip isn't even able to be fun anymore. It just brings me anxiety. I'd rather go to London and see ABBA Voyage. Ha! Me too. Yeah, so the thing about Disney is Disneyland used to be a one-day park. Both, like, between both. Back on my original Disney video days, Disney was you could do both parks in a day. And obviously Disney wants you to spend more money and spend more time there, so they've expanded the parks. But we used to love a quick trip to Disneyland because it felt very local. It felt very small. And now with all of the Star Wars avatars coming there, all of the MCU stuff that they've done, it's just like, it's not the same old Disneyland, and it's not as fun. Over in Florida, Walt Disney World, it's too much. It's too much. And Universal now, with all of their expansions, Epic Universe, it looks cool, but I don't have a week. I don't have a whole week to go to Orlando, Florida. I'm so sorry. I can't do it. I'm not going to spend a week in Orlando. It's not happening. I lived there for several months. That's the only time I've lived outside of the state of Texas. I lived in Orlando, Florida. I stayed in Walt Disney World housing. I didn't have a car. Okay, I like relied on Mickey Mouse to get me to and from work. And I don't want to go back for longer than 5 days. Okay? Some point I'm going to go to Epic Universe. Some point I'm going to go... I haven't even been on Hagrid's coaster. Hagrid's ride. I haven't even done it yet. For a kid, I was not at Vista Way. So sadly, I was not at Vista Way. I was at the Chatham Square Apartments, which I do not think they own anymore, or they either sold them or bulldozed them. But I've heard that Disney has completely built an entirely new, it's called like Flamingo Village or something, where they house all of the college program kids. So I think they've either bulldozed Vista Way and Chatham Square, or they've sold them to other management companies to be apartments or whatever. But no, I was not at Vista. I only ever saw Vista when we had like an event there, or if I rode the bus and I had to stop there. You're going to Magic Kingdom next month. Yeah, the Villains area sounds cool. It's gonna make the parks even bigger, but yeah. Vista Way was epic in the best way possible. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah. Vista Way was epic. Yeah, Vista Way I heard a lot of stories about. I'll tell you that much. I will tell you that much. I got really lucky when I was in the Disney college program I went with we knew each other in high school. I was gonna say a friend. We got to know each other, become friends at Disney, but we knew of each other at least in high school, and we got a single apartment. So I only had one roommate. I had friends who were at Vista Way, and they had 7 roommates, and the rooms there were double bunk. So there were 2 people in a room, and sometimes apartments had 4 rooms. So they had 8 people living in one apartment. And at Disney, everyone's schedule was crazy. You know, you were a college kid, so you either worked at 3 in the morning you either worked the earliest shift or the latest shift. You chose the international roommate option? Oh my gosh. Okay, so what a lot of people don't realize about Disney is when you go to Epcot and you are like in Italy, the people that work there are from Italy. And when you go to the UK or when you go to Morocco, is that what it's what are the other pavilions? Canada, Mexico, anyway, France. Those employees in those pavilions are all from those countries, and they're all college age-ish kids. And so that you had people from Germany and from these countries where the drinking age is much lower than it is in America. And culturally, it's just very different than it is here. And then you also have American college students who are very party oriented. And so they all meet up at Walt Disney World, and they have Walt Disney World at their disposal. And it's crazy. It gets crazy. You can only imagine what goes down. And there's so many, like, a friend of mine, she was like, she had a English boyfriend from England. Several people have international relationships because of the Disney college program. Oh yeah, several thousand people. And yeah, it's wild. It's wild. And at the time when I was there in 2007, they still had Pleasure Island at Disney Springs, which was not yet called Disney Springs. It was just downtown Disney. And there was a section of it called Pleasure Island that was all of these clubs. And so all of the international students, all of the college students went to Pleasure Island, and it was it was crazy. Oh man. I originally, when I moved in at the college program, I originally was put in an apartment complex, and they pulled me out of it. And I was like, why did you pull me from this room? And they were like, oh, we had put you in the Brigham Young apartment building and didn't realize it. And so because of the prominence of drinking of these college age students, they had housing for BYU. They had housing for if you were underage. You had to stay in separate housing from people who were 21 and over. I mean, it was a crazy time. It was like college on steroids at Walt Disney World. Is it true that there's tunnels underneath the park that employees use to get around? Yes. That's sort of it's not an urban myth because it's absolutely real, but I think it's legendary that Walt Disney World, specifically Magic Kingdom, has tunnels around Magic Kingdom. And Magic Kingdom is technically, because of the way Florida is, like the ground, they couldn't dig those tunnels out. So the tunnels are actually technically on the first floor, and everything that park guests walk on is on the second floor. You just don't realize it. So they built the tunnels on what would have been the normal ground, and then built everything else above. The tunnels smell like garbage, or at least they did in '93. Yes. So the thing about the tunnels is they're basically these really long. We're talking about the tunnels underneath Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World. They're basically these really long concrete hallways, and they follow they follow the spokes of Magic Kingdom. So if you think about when you walk into Magic Kingdom and you walk down Main Street, that's one spoke, and then in the middle there's that Walt Disney statue in the castle, and all of the lands kind of go off like this from the center. And so there's tunnels in every one of those lands and around the whole thing. And they're just big concrete hallways. And then, yes, so the names of the lands are painted on the walls. They're also different colors, so you'll know, like, you're in Adventureland or you're walking toward Fantasyland or whatever. And they have costuming down there, so that's where I would go. If I worked at Magic Kingdom, which I did often, I would walk into... Well, at the time, they didn't have New Fantasyland, so the bus would drop off right behind the Winnie the Pooh ride, which I don't think is there anymore because of New Fantasyland. Maybe it's still there. Anyway, the tunnel entrance was right there, and then you would walk into the tunnels, you would go get your costumes, you would go warm up, and then the thing about the parks, and one of the biggest reasons they had these tunnels was because at Disneyland, Walt Disney didn't like that you had to walk between the lands to get to where you were going. So as a park cast member or employee, you would be wearing like your Western wear for Adventureland, but walking through Tomorrowland, and he didn't like that. And there's a lot of other reasons, but one of the reasons for the tunnels is that you could walk to your location anywhere in the park without being seen by park guests. So you would get your costume. My costumes were very heavy, as you can imagine. And we would get a little cart, and we would just walk. You would walk all the way down this hallway underneath the castle, walk all the way around until you got to your set location. And then you would walk upstairs or take an elevator and pop out wherever you were supposed to be. And so a lot of times, like, our dressing rooms were on a different floor than the park because the park was the park, and then everything else happened downstairs. So I had a lot of fun. One of my favorite shifts was at Liberty Tree Tavern in Frontierland, and I also worked at a lot of people have been to Breakfast with Winnie the Pooh at what is that restaurant called? The restaurant is it's crazy. The restaurant at Winnie, can someone help me out here? Winnie the Pooh Breakfast Restaurant, Magic Kingdom. The Crystal Palace. Yes. Okay, so I worked at the Crystal Palace a few times. And that was wild. There were like 70 or 80 tables at that restaurant. And it took forever to get to all the tables. And they really want you to get to as many tables as you can. And one day... Oh, I won't say that. I won't tell the story. It's too sad. But it was crazy. But during the parade, my point was, during the parade, because I was friends with Tigger at that time in the Crystal Palace. During the parade, Tigger is actually in the parade. And so it's very important that Tigger goes to the parade during the breakfast shift, if you understand what I'm saying. Because you could see the parade from the restaurant. So there was some very careful choreography that had to happen so that Tigger could go be in the parade and then come back to his breakfast duty at the restaurant. You got... Ooh. Oh... I'm so sorry. Yeah, it was a strange job because adults, and not because of the children, it was because of the adults. The adults that I met as a character at Walt Disney World, that was crazy. Hi everyone, just joining us tonight. We're just hanging out, chatting. Here on this cold, crazy night. And I'm playing a little bit of Animal Crossing. But I'm also live on Twitch and YouTube. If you prefer to view from either of those locations, be my guest. Yeah, character breakfast, Crystal Palace. Hey, Steph. I saw some of the character people without their heads in the tunnel. Always interesting. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I remember working one day at Magic Kingdom and I forgot a piece of my costume that was very important to have. And I was running with half of my costume on and the other half not yet assembled. And I was running through the tunnels and did not know there was like a high school band getting ready to play in the parade or something, and a whole high school band saw they told people when they went down in those tunnels at Disney, they told them, you're gonna see behind the magic a little bit down here, and so don't be frightened. And maybe you wouldn't be surprised, but some adults are very frightened by costumed characters. And, it is what it is. My uncle was a park manager. I didn't know him, but that's a crazy thing about Disney. Having been a character performer there, I know I am in thousands of people's photo albums. And like I know I am in like photos at people's weddings and on their Facebook and stuff, and I will never know. There are a few guests that I will remember just because of the experience of whatever happened in that character interaction, but I'll never know. So if people are like, is this you? I'm like, it could be. If you were there in 2007 and you met Goofy or Tigger, I might be in your photo. We do not know. Tigger was a lot of fun. I will say this, though. Tigger's fur is essentially carpet. Like, literally carpet material. And in the state of Florida, you can imagine how hot and humid it might be if you were wearing a onesie made of carpet. It's a lot. It's a lot. Someone asked me what this game is. This is, of course, Animal Crossing. Did anyone try to tackle me? Yeah, many times. Okay, so one of my favorite, actually, probably my favorite thing I ever did. No, there's no fans or cooling of any kind in the Disney costumes, sadly. And I would have park guests come up to me and say, "Don't worry about him. There's a fan and air conditioner in there." And I'm like, "No, there's not." I had a shift that ended extra magic hours at Magic Kingdom at the time. I think went to like 1 or 2 a.m. for park people that were staying at Disney hotels. And so if you were there at 1 or 2 a.m., it was like the park was dead, empty. And so our character attendants and our like area manager had said, "Hey, at like 1:30, I'll probably let the characters go ride a ride because it's always fun. There's only like a handful of people in the park, and the characters like to ride the rides, and the park guests who are out enjoy seeing it." So at like 1:30 in the morning on a Wednesday night, they're like, "Okay, we're going to go ride the Dumbo ride." And this is me as Goofy. Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Daisy, Chip, and Dale. So this is like the fabulous everybody. Pluto also. And I wish I could find this. I bet it's in my favorites album. I'll never find it. Let me see if I just go all the way back. No, I'll never find it. So all of us get to ride the Dumbo ride. And there's like a little family by the Dumbo ride, and they're like, "Can I ride with Goofy?" Oh, wait. Let me rewind. Sorry. So as I'm walking over to the ride, because we have to walk there, and our character attendant is like, "There's no one out. So, like, I'll just let the characters go and, like, roam the park," which we never got to do because it was always so crowded and always people. And so I'm walking. And keep in mind, I can only see out of my mouth, out of the character's mouth. So I have to look like this to be able to see anything. So I really can't see. When I'm walking, I'm really looking at the ground so that the character's eyes are on people. So I'm like this, and I'm walking, and suddenly I hear like just like heavy footsteps. And I am surrounded by like 6 middle school boys. And they're like, "Goofy, what are you doing out here right now?" I'm being assaulted by middle schoolers at Walt Disney World, Magic Kingdom, 1:30 in the morning, dressed as Goofy, just getting beaten to a pulp. So then I'm like, "Help." I can't talk. So I'm just like, motioning for my character attendant to help because I can't see anything. They come over, they disperse the kids. Then we go get on the Dumbo ride. And there was a sweet little family with a couple kids, and the kids wanted to ride with characters. So this kid got to ride. Can you imagine? I mean, I was having the time of my life, but this kid, I would love to find out who this was. I mean, like, I would just, it'll never happen, but like, how cool would it be? This kid was like, Goofy, can I ride with you? And I'm like, sure. I can't say anything. But this kid got to live a Disney commercial. Like, got to experience riding the Dumbo ride with Goofy. I mean, I can't imagine. I have a photo on my phone somewhere. I had given the character attendant a throwaway camera. And just like said, please take photos of me on the Dumbo ride, and they did, and so I have that one photo, and it's one of my favorite photos ever. They're holding auditions for characters at Universal Studios in Frisco. I know. Could you imagine? I actually applied for a job there. I did not get it, or I haven't heard back, but they're opening a Universal Studios Kids Park here, very close-ish to where I live in North Texas. And yeah, it'll be interesting to have a Universal Studios property very close by. And yeah, I've started to see jobs pop up there. It's crazy. It's crazy to think that they have now California, Florida, and Texas. I mean, it makes sense. They've kind of spread out throughout the country, but to answer your question, yes, I was beaten by kids at Walt Disney World. I don't know what the rationale is, because adults are crazy to the characters also. I mean, consider what the princesses go through. But one thing that was it's always a black bass. One thing that was super funny working at Disney and at Magic Kingdom specifically, because that's where most of the princesses have their meet and greets. There was like in the tunnel, there was a cafeteria, like a staff cafeteria. And so you would go there for your lunch breaks or dinner breaks or whatever. And there was like a Subway down there and some other things. Anyway, I would get my food and check out, and there was one time where like 5 Prince Charmings, like every Disney prince was like eating together, and they like pushed through me. and then I look over and they're like, of course, having lunch with all the Disney princesses. And it was just like it's a really weird place to work as a teen. I worked at Disney's Hollywood Studios once, and back then they had the Power Rangers at Disney's Hollywood Studio. And so, hold on. If this is a black bass, I'm gonna be, oh my gosh, I'm so sick of black bass. So I went to like the break room, and the break room was Mary Poppins, 5 Power Rangers, me, Jafar, and like someone from the Muppets, like because they also had the Muppets there, so like that big Muppets character. it was just bizarre. And then I had to get on a elevator as in my training. One of the very first characters I played was Stromboli from Pinocchio, who's this like big, I guess, Italian man. I don't know. And I get on the elevator, and I'm on the elevator with Darkwing Duck, Genie, Jafar, and like someone from the Rescuers Down Under. Like it was just the weirdest workplace ever. Well, actually, I'm not surprised. I almost said I'm so surprised they don't have a reality show. They couldn't, because Disney would go out of business. Yeah, so this has been fun. I was a campus recruiter for the Disney College program for a long time when I was in school, and I always recommended it to college students for mostly, and you know, if you go, you are going to work a low wage theme park job. Like, make no mistake about it, you are not like in the Disney leadership team when you go to the college program. Okay, you're doing like theme park work. But every single job that I have ever had, including a job that I started last week, all they want to know and talk about is when I worked at Walt Disney World. Because it's on my resume. And if I'm in an interview, they say, tell me about Walt Disney World. What did you do there? Da, 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 da. Or if you start a new job, tell us, give us your brief like career history. Well, if we want to go all the way back, one of my first jobs was as a character performer at Walt Disney World. What? Everyone kind of freaks out. Thanks, Steph. It is I'm sure it helped me get my job at Hallmark. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, some people use it to work. I mean, I've used it in so many. I used to work at Southwest Airlines. I talked about it there because Southwest and Disney are so similar. I worked at the Apple store for a while, and they liked that I came from Disney. Like, people just like to see a familiar workplace, but also like a company that they respect. And so, yeah, I always recommend it for college students. Even though it's very strange and hard to explain to people. Well, probably less so now. I think it's much more popular and talked about now. But I would meet students that would be like, oh, I'm not gonna make any money. Like, this isn't for the money. Trust me. This is to go get a really good company on your resume. Oh, hi, it's Erica. Thanks for following on Twitch. Sorry, if you're on Instagram, when someone follows or subscribes on Twitch, there's like a whole pop-up thing that happens, and it puts their name and celebrates it. So thank you for following, and thank you for the people who subscribed today with Prime. If you don't know, on Twitch, you can follow me. Everything's free on Twitch, but you can, well, not everything, but you can follow me for free, of course. And then if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free. Just click subscribe with Prime, and it's a free subscription to me, much like a Patreon would be. But you don't have to pay for it. Let's see. So yeah, tonight was a Frito pie night. It looks like it's 22 degrees now where I live. Hello, Unserious, Janie, Gaia, Gayuelia. Oh, hi, it's Erica. Hi, you're so welcome. Thank you so much. Oh, what's this? The Kurtz and Meg. Now following on Twitch. Thank you so much. Okay, and honestly, thank y'all for following on Twitch, because there's certain things I can't do until I have a certain amount of followers. So they like gatekeep different features and things. So even if you don't really use Twitch a lot, but you have a Twitch account or you have an Amazon account, I really appreciate when you go follow on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/ajruck. And then, like I said, if you do have Amazon Prime, they let you subscribe using Prime. I get the credit for it. It doesn't cost you anything. We're all happy. So yeah, we've been talking about my time at Walt Disney World as a character performer. We've been talking about Animal Crossing, and we've been talking about Frito pie, which is what I had for dinner. So delicious. I know not everyone has heard of Frito pie or had it growing up, but it's basically just a bowl of Fritos, hot chili, and some nice shredded cheddar cheese. I also put cilantro and some chopped onions and even some avocado tonight and hot sauce. Whew, so good. So good. Mary Flynn, Francesca. Great to see everybody. I'm just picking up seashells on the beach. I need to sell some seashells. Lots of tourists. Hi, Cousin Morgan. Hi, Mary Flynn. I know, I don't understand. I mean, I do understand to a certain extent when people don't like cilantro, that it's like, oh my gosh, this is so mean. Look at that. Those villagers' shirts say Adam sucks. I think one of my friends did this. Like 5 years ago, they put a shirt in the store that says Adam sucks. Wow. Can't believe that. And the villagers just put it on. So mean. So yeah, Frito pie. I highly recommended it. Mend it. It's just a can of chili. Just you know, regular chili. If you've never been around my island, this is it. I'm rearranging things. In fact, I need to go visit Tumnuk and get him to move. I just don't. I'm kind of sick of everything being so far away. So I'm gonna move the store over here. I think that's better for it. Make this more like a town center, you know? Oops. I don't even care about the flowers. It's winter. They're dead anyway. Frank, you linked Prime and Twitch and you can't subscribe. I wonder why. Are you in... Maybe it's because of... Are you in Canada? It might be if you're not in the US. I don't know. I don't know how that works. But yeah, you should be. If you have Amazon Prime and you linked your Twitch to your Amazon account, you should be able to subscribe with Prime for free. They give you one free subscription a month, and I'm happy and honored if you use it on me. Move. Oh, I don't have enough bells. Never mind. I gotta go get some bells. Hey, Adri. Adri loves food. Gave me a ton of items on Animal Crossing over the years, so I appreciate you. I've been buying the new things from the hotel, which has been nice. I think there's some new... I would be proud of it too, actually. I didn't... If I said, are you in Canada, any kind of way, I didn't mean it like that. I'm jealous of you, actually, right now. So, yes. I think I remembered you mentioned Edmonton earlier, and so that's what I was thinking of. Let's see if they have anything good in the Nook shopping. I don't know if they added... Oh my gosh, look at that. That's so cool. Oh my gosh, a Lego bed. Oh my gosh. Lego fireplace. Lego... Okay, that's kind of boring. Oh my gosh. Look at all this new Lego stuff. Ah! How cool. Oh my gosh, there's more Lego. Stop. Whoa. I am going on a shopping spree. Oh, this is so me. I knew I was going to run out of stuff. Oh, look, all the Hello Kitty stuff is here. Wow. This is crazy. Wow, this is really good. Whoa, that's funny. This is an exciting day. Oh my gosh, I'm going to come back and buy everything. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I get really excited about... Oh, Karopi. Oh, he's my favorite. He is my favorite Hello Kitty character, in case anyone was wondering. Okay. Got a couple more things to do. I'm going to move the... Yeah, you need to get your Switch from your son. Get it back so you could play. I'm going to do a couple more things, and then I'm going to sign off for the night. We've been watching Academy Award nominated movies. I watched Frankenstein last night, the Jacob Elordi Frankenstein. We had not seen that yet. So we watched it last night. Very good. Very good. And tonight, I don't know what we're going to watch. We were talking about watching Sinners. I've not seen Sinners yet. Yeah, Frankenstein was really good. I have not read that book, and I'm wondering if I should read the book or if it is not that interesting as a book. I don't know. But the script for this movie felt very lyrical. Like, it felt like I was like, is this from the original book? Like, I couldn't tell because some of the dialogue was just so like beautiful, and so makes me want to read Frankenstein the book. I don't know, maybe not. Here we have 555 Group, which owns West Edmonton Mall, Mall of America, and American Dream. Oh, okay. So my partner is from Minnesota, so I hear about Mall of America quite a bit. And American Dream, I've never been, but I really want to go. I did not know that they were owned by the same company. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I've heard American Dream Mall is crazy. I really want to go there. Maybe Maybe next time I'm in New York. It's just weird to be like, I'm in New York City. I'm going to drive to New Jersey to go to the mall. But it's something to see and do. So we're just going to go move the tailor shop, and then that'll be all for tonight. Thank you again to my Twitch subscribers, Twitch followers. They just went to twitch.tv/ajruck. It's the same video feed, but better, and it has an on-screen chat and different bells and whistles. And if you have an Amazon account, you can log in with Amazon and subscribe for free with Prime. 555 had to put Mall of America and West Edmonton Mall as collateral to keep American Dream afloat, as they've been having trouble. Yeah, so that's the thing about American Dream Mall is, like, I never hear anyone talk about it. Ever. Like, I still hear people talk about Mall of America, and it's quite old in comparison. I never hear anyone talk about American Dream Mall. Like, you don't see... Like, Oh. Fur Kid just subscribed. You got it. Yay. Thank you. You never hear about American Dream Mall. Like, no one's doing appearances there. There aren't, like, maybe there are big events, but if there are, I'm not hearing about them. Like, no one talks about the American Dream Mall. And it's this massive mall in New Jersey, which is, like, accessible from New York City and, you know, obviously other places around there, but... Oh, I didn't even preview that. Okay, I hope I like where I put it. Oops. Okay, well, that's not where I wanted it, but that's fine. Anyway, I was just too busy talking about shopping malls. So, all right, we're going to go. Thank you, Fur Kid, for subscribing with Prime. I really appreciate it. I'm going to go... Jeff Keeley, good to see you always. I wonder, though... Let me see. I wonder if there's a way... Let me see if I could do this. Oh, check my inbox. Did you just send me something? Let me see. Oh my gosh. Adri loves food. Sell what you sent me for bells. He just sent me a gift while we were sitting here on live. That, my friends, it's amazing. 30 gold nuggets. Oh my god. That is going to be so much bells. Oh my gosh, you are too generous. Thank you so much. Wow. Watch this. Let's see how many bells they give me for this. God, I'm freaking out. 300,000 bells. Thank you, Adri. I needed the bells. I was running low. Thank you so much. That just saved me from the brink of bankruptcy here on Animal Crossing New Horizons. What a night. What a night. Hopefully one day we can all meet up at the American Dream Mall in New Jersey and talk about Walt Disney World some more and just have a great time. So thanks to everyone on Instagram. Thanks to everyone who followed and subscribed on Twitch. I really do appreciate it, as much as I joke about it. I really do appreciate it. The subs mean the world. I'm up to 9 subscribers on Twitch, which is I'm about to reach a milestone if there's a 10th. If you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free. Just log in with Amazon and click subscribe with Prime. And I will be back here, I believe, tomorrow night and maybe Monday night as well. I'm having a great time just winding down at the end of the day, doing some live streaming, doing some chatting, seeing how everybody's doing, catching up, having just a light moment for the evening where we're not surfing Instagram, we're not reading the news, we are just hanging out and, yes, lifting each other's spirits. So I appreciate everyone who comes here, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye, everybody.